Hello, my name's Denny, and this is my plant-based journey, and it's Taco Tuesday. You know, in this part of the world, just about everybody has some type of Taco Tuesday, and it's usually ground beef or chicken. People are lined up to get a discount to get $2.99 or $3.99 tacos, and it's a big hit, and I have enjoyed many a taco myself. But tonight what I thought I would do is share with you some tacos that I had today, and just a very quick video to let you know what's going on in my journey. So let's start with the tacos. The first thing I did is I purchased some corn tortillas, some sprouted corn tortillas from Natural Grocers, and I thawed those out and I used those. I used a little bit of water in a pan to make them where they were soft and pliable and that they would work great for the shell of this taco. I made some beans, and if you like to make beans like I do, you have probably made them a million ways, in a pot, in a pressure cooker, but my favorite way is in a slow cooker. And so I cooked them in a crock pot for about 15 hours. Basically some red beans, some chili powder, some garlic, an onion, a yellow onion, some different spices and seasonings, especially cumin. It's one of my favorites. And so I cooked those for that period of time, long time overnight. Then I also made a big batch of rice in the rice cooker, and I put the beans in a pot. I mashed them so that they were similar consistency to refried beans that you'd get in the store. The only difference being is I'm not using oil. So refried beans without being refried, the rice, and then I made some corn relish. I used a jalapeno, some onion, some tomato, and some corn. And I put those in a skillet. I sauteed them up together. Use that as a topping. Add to that some spring mix, some diced tomatoes, a little bit of salsa, and it is good to go. Add a little cilantro or whatever your favorite ingredients are, and it's a great taco. I had 3 of them tonight. I really enjoyed them. I'll show you some of that video right now. I know it's really simple. Most of us eat tacos or burritos on a regular basis, and this is just one of the ones that I thought I would share with you today. Now, let's talk about my journey. I have been so busy since I came back from Cleveland. I have had very little time for reading and studying and preparation, to make videos, things along those lines. It has just been very busy. But last night I had a little bit of time, and I sat down and I opened up the book, the manual that was given to us, and I was reading through some of the things that is expected as we go through the program. And one of the things I noticed is that I'm supposed to keep a food and activity journal. A log of what I eat, a food log. So I will show you a picture of that. But what we're being asked to do is record every day what we eat for our meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, any snacks that we may have, and then any exercise that you may do. Now, exercise is not a requirement of the program, but it's always a good thing to walk or do something physically to get your body movement, to get your joints moving, to create more strength in your body and your core. It's not necessary to work out 2-3 hours a day, but a little bit is beneficial. And so exercising and recording that exercise along with your meals is an important part of the plan. Well, let me just admit right out front, for the last week and a couple of days since I've been back, I have not been logging my meals. I did not realize this was in the book. I had not got that far in my reading. I did look at the DVD also that came with it, and I was impressed with that, and I'm glad to have it and to be able to renew my understanding of the program. I have been able to look through the recipe books a little bit, but even for that, I have not gone shopping yet for these recipe books, but I plan to do that in the next couple of days. I'll begin to show you some of those recipes that are in the books, and I hope you'll enjoy those things. Now, I haven't decided whether or not I should do a what I eat in a day video every day. I don't know that that's something I would have time for, and I'm not sure if it's something you would even enjoy, but I am going to start logging my meals. And I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do. I thought about taking the form that I showed just a moment ago and making a little notebook and keeping that together, and then once every 3 weeks, I'm supposed to send those to the doctor, and Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn will review those numbers and then let me know some of the things that they would recommend for my program. Now, as you've probably seen in the past, I do log my blood sugar and blood pressure and some of my physical stats in a little book, and I keep that book on the kitchen table, and I just record those readings on a daily basis. But I was thinking about doing something different for logging my meals. I don't know if I want to use the pre-format. I don't know if I want to use the computer. Many times in our world today, we keep things electronically, and I may do that. But I picked up a couple of old-fashioned journals, and one of them is a heavier binding with lined paper that's of a I would guess it's say more of a journal style paper. And then I also picked up one that's more of a little notebook, and I'm going to probably start using one of these two to log all of my meals and my exercise on a daily basis. Now, I thought I would come and talk to you guys about this to say, do you log your meals? Do you record everything that you eat? I don't know what the average person in America does as far as recording their meals. My guess is that most don't record their meals on a daily basis. I do know that many people who are in an exercise program, who are trying to change their body, trying to change their health, record those things that they eat. In fact, it's a part of many of the programs, and if you've ever been on any, you have been asked to record your meals. So, what about you? If you're eating a plant-based diet, do you record the things that you eat? You know, I know one of the draws to eating a vegan diet or eating a whole food plant-based diet is that you don't have to worry about the calories because of the density and the nutritional value of the food that you're eating. And we'll talk about that in future videos. It's one thing that if you haven't studied a plant-based diet, you should, because you can eat larger volumes to satisfy the body, but also keep your calorie count low, because fruits and vegetables, rice and potatoes are not as dense in their calorie count as, say, eating a steak or a couple of tablespoons of oil. But since we're trying to eat a healthy diet, a whole food, plant-based diet that is low in things like salt and sugar and is rich in nutrients and that eliminates the oil from our lives, we're going to benefit by recording the things that we eat, by making sure that we're not overdoing it, we're not adding to our diet foods that we shouldn't be having, and that we're actually eating what we think we're eating. It's a good thing. So what do? Do you use a notebook? Do you use the computer? Do you use a log? Is there something that you've bought that's pre-printed that you've used? I've used different things in the past. So what do you use? I'm very interested in the feedback on this. Now, I enjoyed Taco Tuesday, and I'm sure I'm going to have a couple of more burritos tomorrow. But I want to know tomorrow, what do you think about recording your food? Is it something that you do now? If it's not something you do now, is it something you would consider? And if you were going to record your meals, how would you do it? Let me know what you think. Leave your comments below if you have any questions or thoughts or suggestions. I'm all for that. Leave them in the section below for the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe, share it with your friend. If I can help you in any way, you let me know. I'm excited. This journey continues. It's moving on down the road, and I am excited about the possibilities. I'm glad that you're here today. I appreciate you watching. My name is Denny, and this is my plant-based journey. You have a great week.